Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm checking out the LEMFO LF20 available for $40 on Amazon. This is one of LEMFO's cheaper options for the smartwatches. Inside, you get a satisfied or dissatisfied thing, a cleaning cloth, the watch itself, the micro USB cable, the user manual, and then a screen protector. Guys, just from looking at it over for a few minutes, the watch looks really nice. And it looks like it's a big screen, but it's like in the light you can see that there's some thick bezels on top and smaller ones on the side and bottom. And so the power button's on the right side here, the micro USB jack is there, and the speaker sounds like it gets pretty loud. It's back here. And then you got the heart rate monitor, and then the nice leather strap here. So the watch, this is what it looks like on my wrist. I gotta say, it looks pretty nice. I like the look of it. It looks and feels premium because I think the side is stainless steel. And there's also, when I took off the plastic, there's still some plastic on it, and there's an extra screen protector you have too. So that's pretty convenient. The one downside is that there's only one of two different watch interfaces or clock interfaces. I think it would be nice if LEMFO had their own like website or something where you can download some of your own styles. You can swipe from either way to get to like the main apps here. So you got the phone book, the dialer, the call logs. We'll look at all this. The main thing is settings. So you can go into Bluetooth settings, turn it on. First, you got to download the Kingwear app. After you download that, you can go ahead and connect to Bluetooth. You can go into the Bluetooth settings on your phone or search up your phone from here from BT. And then once you connected it, you can go ahead and click on here. After you set up an account, you click Bluetooth. You should be able to connect from there. You have the notify here where it'll show you some of your notifications. Originally, what happens is the sound's going to come on and then it's going to show like who messaged you. You can view that or delete it. You'd really have to reply through your phone. So in a way, it can be an inconvenience unless if maybe if you use the Messenger app using an Android phone. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. The pedometer is here. So far I've taken 243 steps. I'm not sure about the accuracy, but one thing I do know, and I'm just walking here, is that it doesn't update immediately. It takes a few seconds for it to update. But either way, I'm not sure. I guess it is working in a sense, because I didn't walk too much, I want to say, with it. And then there's a sleep monitor. You can see the history and your status and all that other good stuff. So after a little while, it shows you your heart rate, which is 85 beats per minute. Then there's anti-loss, where you click start and it'll search for your phone, and it's right here. And then you can click stop. By the way, when you click the back button, you go all the way back to your watch or your clock. Then we got the alarm here. You can set up alarms. You got the calendar. It's kind of a small calendar app, but you know, it's pretty nice that it's a squared version versus rounded, because usually with rounded watches it ends up getting cut off on the sides, or it's like really small. So that's convenient. And we've got Bluetooth music. So for Bluetooth music, you already have to be playing a song or have it paused. Like you have to kind of be in the app to be able to go ahead and use the controls here. So you can press play and it should work. And that's just going to come from, the sound's going to come from the phone itself, not the watch. And you can either raise the volume or lower it. So yeah, I'm not pressing anything on here. And then you can also skip the track to the next track, or you can go back. The same goes for BT camera. You got to be in the camera app to be able to use this. So you can have it like this, or we can just go ahead and put it this way. Then to capture, you can just press here. If you want to take a picture with like your family or something, I guess that would be pretty convenient. Then you've got the app here, which just takes you to the Kingwear app, I believe. And go ahead and look it up on the App Store or the Play Store instead of just scanning it from here. Then you've got the stopwatch, a calculator. Now the calculator keys are a little small. So if we try 80 times 45, that actually worked pretty nice. The keys are a little bigger from a few other watches I've tested, I'll say that much about it. Then for volume, you can change your multimedia volume, so on here. And by the way, it does get pretty loud, I want to say. So I'm going to lower it a little bit. And then for ringer, see how loud that gets? And the nice thing is that it's not covered by my wrist at all. So that's that's definitely a plus. And this is really loud, so I'm going to turn that off. So that's whenever you get a notification, like a text message or something, that'll ring on there. Instead, it won't ring. It might just vibrate. Then we got more settings here, like Bluetooth settings. So we have Bluetooth off, visibility's off, power's on. Then you can go into clock. So we have the two clock types we were looking through earlier. And then time sync is on, so that just syncs with whatever time you have on your phone. Then we can go into sound, which we were just in kind of, but yeah, you can have alert type ring only or vibrate and ring. Let's do vibrate only. And you can also change it from different ringtones. There's only like 2 or 3 you can pick from, but it's not going to show up on here because I put it to vibrate. And then you can have different tones as well. Then for volume, we were just there earlier. You can go in here too if you wanted. Then for display, this gets pretty bright, I want to say. You can have the main menu for app style. That's pretty much the only way, what you were just seeing here. This can actually get pretty bright. It can go all the way to 5, and there's a screen timeout. It goes all the way to 60 seconds, so that can be quite a while, but it might take up more battery life. And then international, so last name display first. I can't really change the language, but if we were to take a look at some of the different languages, this is what they offer. Go all the way to Hebrew. You can change the units from metric to imperial, and then you have motion here. This is one of the most important features, a wake-up gesture, which I'm going to turn on. You can also have flip to mute alarm, flip to mute incoming call, shaking switch main menu, and then shake to answer the call. Okay, so this thing is pretty accurate when it turns on. There might be about a half-second delay, which is better than other watches that I've tested from like last year. And then you got the apps here. You can uninstall whatever apps you install, I guess. And then you can also reset or look at about, so get more information on the device itself. So one interesting thing I found out, or a mistake I made, you could say, is that when you go into Bluetooth, you can click on the device, LF20, click on more, and then you can sync contacts, then it'll sync the contacts here. I don't want to show everyone's name on here, but here are some basic ones. Yeah, so then you can go ahead and click this, and then you can go ahead and call them if you want. Then you can see on here, you can see your call logs from the most recent stuff and when it was, but you still can't go into messaging. It says it's currently not supported, so that's pretty unfortunate. Then there's dialer. So the dialer is kind of big here. Now on here you can swipe up or down to change the volume, and there's a mute button there. And then you've got this you can click on, where you can just go ahead and the dialer comes up. And you can click the mute button here, and then unmute, and then end the call. I just made a call too, and I gotta say, I could hear the person pretty well, and they can hear me. So I was in a quiet room though. I'm not sure, maybe with space it might not be as loud, but either way they could hear me well. And then the other nice thing is that unlike some other watches, the speaker isn't blocked by your wrist. It's all the way at the corner there, and it doesn't get completely, there's some space in between. So that's definitely a nice thing. Overall, I gotta say, for the price it is, under $50, this is probably the nicest looking watch at the $40 price point that I've seen, because it has like, it feels like stainless steel. I'm guessing it is, because it does feel premium, and it looks nice too. Despite the messaging app not working, it may work for Android, I'm not 100% sure. But besides that, everything else, it works perfectly well on here. And the battery life does last a little over a day from what I've tested out, so that's also a good thing. We've seen a few other watches with a better battery life. If you're looking for a better battery life, then I'd say go somewhere else. Otherwise, this is a great choice to pick up at the time of this video for $40. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more.